Hey guys, so it is end of the school year, which means curriculum reviews. So I love to go over the curriculums that we used this past year, what we liked about them, what we didn't like about them, what we changed and how we adapted it to fit our family. I also want to talk about what we will be continuing to use and what we probably won't be using in the future. Before jumping into our main curriculums though, I want to talk to you about foreign language and Talkbox. Mom. So this is probably the one that I get the most questions for whenever I share it on social media. So quick little plug. If you aren't already following me on Instagram, it's devoted_motherhood, and I just share our life journey as well as all of our homeschooling resources as well. So this is Talkbox.Mom. First of all, the one thing that I love about it is it's not just Spanish. Like if you are learning another foreign language, it's got Russian and Chinese and French and there's honestly, you need to go and look at the exhaustive list. There are a ton of different foreign languages that you can use or that you can learn using Talkbox.Mom. So to kind of dive in, what you do is when you go to their website, they have like literal boxes. I mean, you keep seeing me pick this up, but literal boxes. You can choose what you want to learn. So this is box number 1, and this is for snack time, which my kids, I don't know if they're like yours, but mine ask for snacks all the time. So I thought this would be a really great box to start with. And inside the box are different challenges. So what makes Talkbox.Mom really cool is that it's all foreign or native speakers that they have an app that you can use, and you play through all of the native speakers so you learn how it is supposed to sound. But you're not just learning words, right? You're learning full sentences so that you can learn to communicate with your children. So over the past probably 5-6 months that we've been doing this, it has been a blast. The other day, what did I tell my daughter? I said, pon los platos en el fregadero, por favor. This is my 3-year-old. Just totally on a whim, threw it out there. Pon los platos en el fregadero, por favor. And she goes, I don't want to put my plate in the sink. And I went, oh, this is actually working. She knew exactly what I was asking, and she was able to then kind of sass me. Unfortunately, we addressed that. But she knew what I was talking about in Spanish. So that is what I love about Talkbox.Mom is you can have full-on conversations with your kids in Spanish, and it slowly builds off of that. The whole concept of the program is, how do you teach your children to speak? You're not like teaching them how to write it and how to read it. You're talking with them, right? So, I have an 8-month-old right now. And so when I pick her up, I go, up, down, baby, here's your peas. And I use full sentences with her. And so that's the whole concept, is using it in an organic way. Your children will eventually pick up on it. So every time we are done with our breakfast, lunch, or dinner, I say, tira la basura. Put your trash away. Or I tell them to pon los platos en la barra. Put your plates on the counter. So these are all sentences that I'm learning as well. And the kids understand what it is, and they're starting to be able to ask me for things in Spanish as well. My son will say, quiero la manzana. I want an apple. And then, so it's really cool to see conversational foreign language. Now, how does this work? Honestly, when I first saw the box and I opened it up, I was kind of like, ooh, I have to learn a lot, right? In order to have conversations with my kids. And so what I started doing, and what Talkbox.Mom asks you to do, is to pick just 3 to 5 sentences to work on with your children, and just to use the native speaker in the app and go over it again and again and again and again until they get real comfortable with it, and then you add in more. But they also make it a lot of fun. So I'll pick several things. I'll ask my son if he's hungry. He'll tell me he's hungry. I'll ask him, what do you want to eat? And then he tells me what he wants to eat. So those will be our few sentences that we will practice over and over and over again. So it's been a lot of fun because my son can ask me for different snacks, and we've slowly been expanding our vocabulary and adding in different nouns to the verbs that we are learning through our conversational Spanish. So inside the box are different challenges. So they help you with the progression of Spanish. So for challenge number 1, well, you get all of these little folders, and inside each folder is your challenge checklist. So the challenge checklist shows you what you should do in order to be successful with that particular challenge. Now, did I do everything the way that this talks about? No, I didn't. But what is really cool is in the app, there are videos before each challenge, and they walk you through how to use the challenge. So in challenge number 1 particularly, this is the checklist, they have snack time charts. You hang them on your fridge. And so anytime you want to, your kids want a snack, this is hanging right there. So it's readily available. And I'll say, ¿Tienes hambre? Are you hungry? And then, sí, tengo hambre. Yes, I'm hungry. And so then I can ask them, do you want a banana? Do you want an orange? All of that is on here. And so, it's actually kind of funny because my son really liked learning, oh, it's yummy and it's yucky. So there's just a lot of really great sentences that your kids are already going to use, right? And so the kids think it's a lot of fun to be speaking Spanish right away. They're not sitting there going over the same word over and over and just memorizing a word. They're learning in a full sentence, which is just, it's been really cool to see the progression of this. And then it moves on to, it slowly builds on top of it. So then challenge number 2 is another folder. You open it up, and once again, it has another checklist. So we just started challenge number 2 fairly recently. Which now these are even bigger charts, and basically it's building off of what I have already been learning with the kids. I've been learning to, I took 4 years of Spanish in high school, and I'm learning way more this way. I have more of a conversation now than I did in high school with all of the Spanish that I learned then. So it is, some of these, I learned in high school how to pronounce things, but then I pronounce it and then I go and listen to the native speaker and I'm like, oh, I was wrong. So it's awesome having the native speaker audio. And so during our morning time, we spend about 10 minutes and I just play through the audio from the native speaker, and we go over all of these, and they're full sentences. Once again, full sentences. And so when we go through the native audio, I then tell the kids what it is in English. And so we kind of just go over it, and sometimes we'll have fun and we'll create sentences together, or conversations together, like you say this, I say this, you say that, I'll say this, and we work through hypothetical conversations that we might have. What I'm loving about this right now is we're growing this stuff in my garden right now. And so I plan on going with the kids out to the garden after we've learned these a little bit more and having them run to the different vegetables that we are growing. And so that's kind of my plan. All right, so what's really cool about the online resources is they have created games that you can play with your kids to help solidify some of the concepts that you are learning. They also have a place where you can submit sentences, things that you would normally say to your kids that maybe is not in the app, and they will add it to the app. There are a bunch of additional sentences that you can find that other moms and dads have asked to have added to their online resources to the app, and you can go and see what other families are using. So that's another great feature to Talkbox.Mom. So that, I guess, is in a nutshell how Talkbox.Mom works. We love that it is, once again, it is sentences, it's conversations, it's native speakers, so you can hear how it should be pronounced. They break it down slowly and then they speed it up for you. It goes through things that you will actually use with your kids. Like I said, snacks. I mean, what family is not constantly feeding their kids snacks? So that is just it really is a great program. It can be a little overwhelming at first because you think, I have to learn this. Like, how am I supposed to have a conversation with my kid if I don't even know how to do this? So my suggestion for that is you literally just sit down with them and you start listening to the native speaker and just start making mock conversations with your child. I have been amazed at what I have picked up because I did not know any of these sentences prior to starting the program. And so at our morning time, we would sit down and I'll play through the audio for about 10 minutes. And Talkbox.Mom does say to use about 3 to 5 sentences, learn those at a time. I did a little bit more, but it just we just repeated them over and over and over and over again in that 10 minutes, however far we got through and comfortable with it in 10 minutes. And then we just reviewed them regularly. So that is Talkbox.Mom. If you are interested in purchasing, I will put the link below for you. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out and I will be happy to answer them as I can. Don't forget to like this and follow for more videos.